Our family was recently given two little monarch caterpillars, and these little beings have brought such incredible delight and joy to our family as we have watched and fed and cleaned their cages and just taken true delight in the process of them eating voraciously. And one recently became a chrysalis, and so we're hoping we're going to be around when it comes out and becomes that beautiful butterfly. And then the second one recently transitioned into the J shape, which some of you may know is the precursor to becoming a chrysalis. And so then it was very excitedly that my wife greeted me at the bottom of the stairs the other night after I put the kids down, saying that the process was in the midst of being underway and unfolding. And sure enough, about half of the caterpillar was already wrapped in the chrysalis. And I was just transfixed, truly amazed to watch this process that I've read about and even had caterpillars and butterflies in the past, but to see it again just filled with so much awe and wonder and humility at this truly transformative process right unfolding in front of me. And it was simultaneously that it seemed like the chrysalis was emerging and expanding and enveloping the caterpillar, and also at the same time it seemed like the caterpillar was actively embracing this process of decay and dissolution. And so it was just awesome to check out, and it struck me that I was having the privilege of really taking in a rite of passage and an initiation that was undergoing. And many of you probably are well aware of and even use the symbolism of this metamorphosis to speak to the journey that we all as individuals can follow and lead to our own emergence and unfolding. And yet it also struck me as I watched this, of this new beginnings and expansion and emergence of the chrysalis, as well as the seemingly pain and disruption and hardship of that caterpillar losing itself in some regards, that it also speaks to some of what our society is going through. That if we look around, we see beautiful new beginnings and possibilities and changes underway and transformation that leads us more in the direction of the harmonious and sustainable way of being on the planet. And these are to be celebrated. At the same time, there's major uprooting and disruption and tension and turbulence that's happening everywhere that can seem so upsetting and hard. And at times I really struggle of how to hold the both of these two things simultaneously. And as I watched this caterpillar and this chrysalis and understanding the process, it was really helpful for me. I've always loved rituals and ceremonies and rites of passage, both to be a part of them personally, to facilitate and offer for others, as well as to witness and support for others. And I always thought that was for people, but I guess I can include caterpillars as well in the natural world, of no surprise. But I take that experience not only to keep me humble and in awe of the world and the processes I'm a part of, but also to remember these teachings and lessons of rites of passage and initiation, not only that I am going through in the natural world, but also our society, and to know that it's sometimes really easy to romanticize the wonderful changes that can come about through these processes of metamorphosis and change. And these are to be celebrated. We can continually become bigger, better versions of ourselves, both individually and collectively. But I think we often forget about just how much hardship and pain goes into this process, and that can't be lost. And so looking around and seeing the pain and the hardship on the planet and with other people, it's going to be something that I come back to the caterpillar and remember that, and to see that through these rites of passage that we all need to go through in terms of emerging into something more beautiful and better, that there has to be the pain. And may I remember that and not run away from it, and even lean into my own dissolution and decay and transformation and pain, because that's something that's necessary. And so I hope you also can remember this as we move forward in your personal life, as you take in what's happening in the world around you. And if this is a subject matter that you're interested in, rites of passage and initiations that we go through individually, but also as a society and culture and the planet, I hope you'll consider joining us for our next fireside chat. We've taken a little break over the summer, but excited to reconvene our community to be in the inquiry and questions of eco-psychology. And this one in particular, on Tuesday, September 27th at 8 p.m., we're going to be looking at ritual and initiations and rites of passage. So I hope you'll join us. If you are, let us know. And in the meantime, may you embrace all of it and never lose your delight and awe. Be well. Nature knows the way.